Hello everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. My name is Alex. We're outside Stamford Bridge today after a 1-0 win against Fulham. Feels good to be back in winning ways. I mean, Middlesbrough, obviously we all know how that went. Me and Matt were at that game. I'm sure, do you watch from home, Ben?
Of course.
It's an improvement, isn't it? I mean, we can talk all we want about the performance, but it's a results-based industry.
Yeah, look, I'm not too worried about Middlesbrough, all right? You know, all right, the result is crap, not the best. But it's a two-legged race. You know, they've got to still come here and they've got to somehow leave with that 1-0 lead. That's not going to happen. And obviously, I think we've got the facilities to turn that round. All that matters today is we've got 3 points and we're now 8th. We are probably highest that we've ever been in this Premier League season before the start of it because of alphabetical order. Right, you know, things are starting to turn round. Slowly but surely, you know, with still some big mistakes in the middle of it, but you know, we're starting to win more games than we're messing up at the moment, and that's all that matters, is that turnaround being there.
Seems like a wave effect, which is pretty much what I thought it would be. But, you know, it is hard to accept those downward spirals because of how bad they've been.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when we are compared to last season, it sounds horrible to say it, and people say I've got low standards. It's better. No, I'm not lying.
You are not wrong. You are not wrong whatsoever. At the end of the day, like I've said it, Graham Potter did not have it in him to challenge the big teams. This season, when we've played big teams, you know, Liverpool at home being the prime example, I would have expected a Graham Potter Chelsea to just fold and give up. We did not do that. We did not do that at all. We took it to them. There are improvements that people are very clearly overlooking, maybe because of who is the manager, maybe because of what shit he's managed in the past. People get addicted to that, and they're always going to focus more on negatives than you are positive. But I am seeing a much better Chelsea this season. All right, results are not going our way, and it is so clear what we are missing: a clinical finishing striker. There are chances we saw today that a clinical striker like Osherman takes one touch, bangs it in. We're taking 4 touches. We're just like, you know, not getting out our feet.
In the Italian league, you never know what we're going to get of a number 9. The only thing that can ruin any good striker is a Chelsea number 9 shirt. So I ain't going to say nothing until I see him and until I see a striker or a number 9 in that position actually doing something. Until then, I don't have a clue, because today was also... First of all, I just want to shout out, fair play for beating a 12-man Fulham, because Anthony Taylor again with another disaster class, mate. Wouldn't give nothing for us. Anything that happened outside our box wouldn't give him. Even at the end of the game, I didn't see anything that held up why there should be any more than 5 minutes, and he'd give it an extra minute. Why? Because he felt like, mate, that geezer is a full-blown melon, mate, and I absolutely hate the fella. He's an absolute criminal to football, mate, and they should send him back. They should send him to the National League, mate. He can go fucking manage the Wrexham games.
Too good for him. That's too good for him. And the thing is, I know what everyone's about to say right now. Oh, but he gave you a penalty. Oh, great. He did his job. Congratulations. He did what he should have done. All right. I'm not going to give him praise for the... Yeah.
Refereeing a game, that's his job. Fucking div, mate. He's an absolute criminal, mate. I can't stand Anthony Taylor. He just does not want to give nothing for Chelsea, and he does it every game. Every wrong decision he could do against us, he does. Why? Because he's an absolute helmet. He's an absolute criminal to football, and he should be taken out and go do Sunday League or go do National League or something, because there's no space for referees like that in games like in Premier League games where it's important. What are we, 7th, 8th now? Hey! Fuck you, 10th, bruv. They've been hovering around like a bad ex, that 10th spot position. Nah, bruv, nah, I'm not feeling it. Like, the only thing I'm going to say is, like, Enzo Fernandez played fantastic today. Yes, for your shaking, you actually said no there. I was ready to fucking give you a Newcastle slap. And then we had Petrovic, mate, whoever the fuck Petrovic. Oh, I don't think I've really shouted him out on this channel, but he has been absolutely phenomenal since he's been here. He's made clear saves. He knows when to kick out when he has to kick out. He keeps the ball when he has to keep it. I'm so happy with him. Carney Chukwuemeka's back in the team. Absolute buzzing. Conor Gallagher, as standard as anything today. Sterling, standard, I thought, today. Who else did I like?
You know, I was saying earlier that I thought Sterling actually improved as he came on. Maybe my standard for Sterling is so low, my expectation from him is so low. That is a good performance compared to what we've seen. Because I've seen so much worse in the past from Sterling.
Ever since Wolves, and you know exactly the moment I'm talking about. Ever since that moment against fucking Wolves, I've just lost it with him. Like, I just haven't been able to get behind him. I don't fuck knows. Like, I'm just expecting an absolute disaster class. That's it. But yeah, I can see. But he's the one who made the boundary so low for himself, though.
Can we shout? Why is so that left is targeted anyway because we got Colwell there. Not saying that Colwell's a bad player, but he has played better there today. But left back ain't his normal position. So we need you want more attacking sort of style of player football. Let's stick Chilwell back on left wing, which he played at the start of the season. Mate, it does my nut in the hat. Mate, stick him as a left back. Stick him as a left back.
Or put Mudryk on.
Mate, that's what I'm saying. You're literally taking off a left winger to put on a left back or a left wing back. No, mate, it does my nut in. His in-game management is absolutely criminal.
I have to agree with you. I think Pochettino lets himself down with the in-game management. We have to just hope his man management is that good, as people said it is. That's going to be the propeller to get him results.
8 year an extension to his contract. Poch can get an 8-year prison sentence, mate. Honestly, doing my nut in, mate. His in-game management is absolutely terrible, and it's the same again today.
You Poch in?
No.
Poch out.
No. I just think there's better managers. I just think someone could be doing better. But then again, it's something to do with Chelsea manager. They just love playing players out of position all the time. I don't know what's wrong with them. It's not even just Poch. But you think Poch would come in, he'd, get them youngsters better. The only person who's been improved is Conor Gallagher. And like I said, even today he weren't that great. Middlesbrough, he was terrible. He was terrible against Middlesbrough. Just absolutely does my nut.
I mean, what do you think about Poch, Ben? Because, you're one of the first people on this channel to call things out if you don't like them.
Yeah, look, I can only defend a man so much. I think at this point it's one of those where if you are going to make the decision to sack Poch, it's not the wrong one, but don't do it mid-season because you are literally just going to end up throwing away this season. At the end of the day, if you have made a decision that he has to go, I mean, we got a second leg. Let's not count ourselves out of that one just yet. Yep, first leg was fucking horrible. Yeah.
After the game, absolute nonsense. Being it's a tough teams. Brighton lost to their last year when they battered them 5-1 at their ground. Do you know what I mean? Just first of all, just chatting nonsense. I don't why. I don't even know where he got that from. Did Caicedo just say it to me? He was to the boys, hey, fucking April Fools was 6 months ago, but let's watch this fucking fool because we're gonna fucking do him like a kipper. He's an idiot.
I don't know where that came from, to be fair. But I mean, maybe Pochettino got confused with another player or something like that.
End of the day, my point I was saying, if you're gonna make a decision to sack him, okay, fair enough, but don't do it now. Obviously, keep that to the end of the season because if the owners need to start picking what's right for Chelsea, and to look at a manager, you need time to see how he plays. Does it integrate with the squad? Yes or no? You need to do sort of the preliminary stages before finding the right manager for Chelsea. Because if you're going to sack Pochettino, the next permanent manager needs to take us places, needs to start hitting those objectives. So for me, I'd say at least give Poch till the end of the season. But I personally don't see any manager right now that would be even any better.
To be honest with you as well, I'm looking at it as well, if I was a manager, right, and I was approached for the Chelsea job right now, let's just say they were looking at sacking Poch, that wouldn't give me much confidence because we've been told by Bowley and Clearlake this is a long-term project, right, multiple times. We were told that under Potter, that hasn't happened, and now we've been given a second chance with Pochettino, who I think is more suited, to be honest with you, in terms of his CV,
the small things he does. Things he does, they're noticeable. They're so noticeable, the small things. And so many people overlook the fact, based on results, okay, yeah, we're not where we should be. That's annoyed me as well. I expect a lot more from us. Of course I do. But the improvement that you see on last year's squad, last year's squad gave up so easily.
We've swapped around. So we went from being out of all the teams in the Premier League, fifth least conceded goals. I think we didn't concede a lot last year. We just didn't score at all. Now I think we've scored. Now I think we're one goal behind what we scored all season, but we've conceded a shitload of more goals. So we've sacrificed one thing for the other, but we're still not getting results in games. We're still not getting all the results that we should be getting. Like, hence why there's like, and then the thing that's what's going wrong for Poch in the moment is because you've got other managers who are losing a lot of players. Like even Middlesbrough, they had their second, third team out and they still managed to beat us. Like there's managers who can still get results with teams who don't need all their first team out, and with us, we just absolutely fucking crumble, mate.
I suppose the only thing that you could say to defend them, and this isn't my words by any means, I'm very much on the fence, to be honest with you.
Wait, are you Poch not out?
I'm on the fence.
So if we would have lost today, bear in mind we haven't lost to Fulham in 46 years at home, would you be Poch not out?
I'd be asking questions. I'll be honest. Like if we'd lost today, I would have been asking questions. But like, look, what is Poch really doing? Listen, I'm not afraid to admit this sort of thing. Like I'd be asking questions about Poch because there are stuff that he's done that I said, that you can only defend him for so long. Like if he's starting to take us backwards, then you've got to ask those questions. But thankfully, it was a win, so it's one of those where you can just sort of believe in it for a little bit longer. But
I think it's more about the ownership than the manager, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I think that's
no point moaning about the ownership.
No, I'm not moaning. I'm just saying, for me, it's if Bowley's got any balls, he won't sack him because he said he's going to give him time, right? So if he's going to do what he said he's going to do, he's not going to sack him. If he sacks him, he's an idiot. He is an idiot if he sacks him because everything that he stood for when he came here, that principle is gone. He doesn't believe in the long term if he sacks Pochettino. That's my belief. I also believe this is on the ownership as well because if they keep him and they don't sign ready-made players, he has been set up to fail. Which is why I think it's been up and down. But I believe it's better than last season, which is why I'm not totally Poch out. But Matt, let's make no mistake. We were at Middlesbrough. That performance was sackable, but we managed to get a result. So there's not really much I can say. Your back's on the fence.
Yeah, but it's not like we're sitting there playing amazing football. Like
it's terrible football.
Relying on we keep the possession, but we're still relying on mistakes of them to sort of counter a mistake. Yeah. Like when you look at other good teams, like even Tottenham, there's a style of play. They've got the ball. They look like they could still win a game at any moment. We're just like, when are they going to fuck up so we can get something out of this game? And even when they do, we don't even know we're going to score because we've got no one really to score goals. Like I said, happy for Cole Palmer, another penalty, absolute smashing it, absolute geezer. Love him. Proper love him.
And then just to finish off, guys, I mean, we've got a couple more games going into the month. Obviously,
I won't be there.
Aston Villa and Middlesbrough. Matt, you're starting night shifts.
I'm not that Middlesbrough.
Time and a half, baby. I get fucking a load of money for doing it.
Fair enough. Well, we'll see you in February then. But what about you, Ben? I mean, how do you see those games going?
Look, they're all must-win situations. Obviously, it's getting a bit bleak when these sort of games are the most important ones of the season, where you've just got to grind the results out. I mean, look, we're in 8th now. That's before obviously however Newcastle and United do, but 8th is the time of recording. We'll take that. Can we slowly push? Because if there's a chance for us to do anything, we need to start grinding constant wins. And Pochettino needs to get his ideas up. So he needs to figure out how to win every game. How to actually go at a game, how to actually get that lead. But more importantly, when you've got that lead, protecting that lead, not leaking in defensively.